we talking about the Oscars?
Yeah, but then it seems like that like ended and it went back into politics. Oscars and politics are the same thing because we got into Gervais telling people to shut the fuck up, and then life sucks, and then it went back into politics. Obsessed with Bernie Sanders. Who do you think would play him in a movie?
Or Larry David?
Come on, really? Like they'd make a serious movie.
Old Bernie or young Bernie?
Ooh, I don't know who would play young Bernie.
I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know.
Do you think like they take like Robert Pattinson and like shave his head? They like put glasses on him and make him talk in the main accent?
I don't know.
Like, everything should be free.
Such a bold. He did such a great job.
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, it'd be a hero.
He's gonna be Batman.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm sure everyone will hate it.
yeah. There's got the Riddler in it.
I'm sure everybody will hate it.
Well, I'm sorry, but Ben Affleck Batman deserved to be hated. It was horrible. It made me almost cry.
I thought that Batman was like him playing Batman was good.
I like the Dark Knight.
Just the movie was shit.
The Dark Knight series. And then you go, okay, we're gonna keep doing it, and here's Batman, and it's Ben Affleck.
I'm telling you, I didn't mind the Ben Affleck Batman.
I minded it. Why don't you have Matt Damon do it?
The
then?
movie was awful because he kind of looked like Bruce Wayne, an older Bruce Wayne,
an alcoholic Bruce Wayne. Have you seen his trailer for his new movie, Ben Affleck? It's like some like basketball coach, but he's like an alcoholic, like piece of shit, and he's like finding redemption, like with like the team, like winning somehow. Like he, like they'll all overcome their obstacles, but he's getting like DUIs and like fighting in the bar, and it's just like, is this like Ben Affleck playing himself? Did they like
his biopic?
Yeah, did they just like film him like wandering into a high school gymnasium and like yelling at him as a kid?
The camera following him around. It's supposed to be an autobiography. Like,
it's a documentary.
We're going to turn this into a movie instead.
Yeah, it's just like it got really good.
We're just going to call you Carl instead.
You think he's over?
Call me Carl.
Do you think he's over, Ben Affleck? Like,
I don't know.
His career's over?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
I do.
Just to keep you awake at night?
No, I just like, it's just weird how like some people are really relevant and then like they're just, like as time goes on, they get exposed as like either they like Johnny Depp. Like when I was in high school, like he was in all these amazing movies, and now he's like a fucking loser.
Mm-hmm. And that's just what happens.
Like, do you just like give up at some point? Like Adam Sandler, okay, Uncut Gems. That's a big like. Oh my god, everyone's like, why isn't that nominated for the Oscars?
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Think?
It's really good. I liked it. It was people complained that it was anxiety inducing, and it was. It was really intense. It was really anxiety-inducing.
More than the Joker?
Different. It was like real. It was. I can't describe
God,
it.
when he did like that stand-up bit, I was like, oh. No. It was the not when he was doing stand-up. When he was watching the stand-up bit and he had that laugh.
Yeah. I like how they wrote that in there. His condition. That was
really good.
That was clever.
Yeah.
It's like, how are they going to work that?
Yeah.
And I like the blood at the end where he made the smile.
Yeah.
Like I was like, cool. But like, are you going to make sequels of that now? Like. How do you go on from that?
I don't know.
And there's actually a lot of speculation on the ending of that.
With the Batman part?
No, the Joker, the last scene.
Yeah,
speculation. I don't want to give a spoiler alert, but was it all just a story he was telling this person? Remember at the very end, he's talking to somebody.
No, did I miss that part?
I guess. I don't want to say it, man.
Who's he talking to?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to ruin it on the podcast.
Who cares? It's been long enough.
The counselor. He's talking to the counselor at the end.
It was a different counselor, though, wasn't it?
No, it was the same lady, but she was like older. She looked different.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
And then he like, walks out and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He walks out and footprints of blood. And then he's walking, he starts dancing in the hallway, and then like some guy starts chasing him. The spoiler is was all that just a story in his mind?
And he was always in a mental hospital?
Yeah, like it was all bullshit.
I thought he got put in a mental hospital afterwards.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But there's speculation.
I didn't put...
Speculation. Like,
yeah, that's online shit.
Nothing can be that simple. It's got to mean this. And then when the Joker killed that person, that really meant climate change.
I don't know, like that. I'm still watching Mr. Robot.
Oh man, you haven't finished that yet?
Well, I'm rewatching it. It's so much better.
Oh god.
But there's so many of the same themes that are in the Joker that's in that. So many of the same themes.
What, mental illness?
Yeah.
Really? Stand-up comedy?
The whole bit
Does
where
Mr. Robot do stand-up?
Where he had a whole thing with the girl.
Yeah.
And it was just in his head. But he didn't know that until later.
Yeah. Well, when he was doing stand-up,
there's a lot of that going. Like you just said, like what I just watched. Like, is that really happened,
right.
or is this? Were you telling a story?
When he does stand-up, though, it goes well, though, doesn't it? Like when you see him, like when he goes up there and he tells that old joke, that cliche joke.
Well, it didn't go well, but it went viral.
No, but like, do you remember when he's doing it? Like everyone's laughing and the girl's in the crowd, and she's like waving at him, and then he just kind of keeps going and it like trails off. It went terrible, but he didn't see it that way.
Right.
Until he saw it on the Robert De Niro show.
Right.
And that's when, a big mistake, Robert De Niro. Big mistake. Yeah. I was reading an article, the guys who were the stand-up comics that were like in the scene where before he went on and did his thing, they were doing like little routines that they were showing, and he was like laughing. The guy was like, yeah, so I asked Todd, like, should I bomb? And he's like, no, just no dated material. It's supposed to be early 80s. So he's like, I'm doing it. And like, I'm hearing all this laughing. And I'm like, you know, these people in the crowd, whatever, like these stand-ins, like need to shut the fuck up. It was Joaquin. He didn't fucking think Joaquin was actually going to be in the scene. So he's like sitting there laughing, and it like threw him that he was there. And then he said like he came up to him and was like, you were really good, man. Like Joaquin to him. But it was like, I think he was in character the whole time. They said he threw fits all the time except around Robert De Niro. He didn't pull no shit with Robert De Niro. Like storming off, but it was like, it's the character. Like, I couldn't handle that shit. He even said, like, I can't believe Todd, like, put up with me, like, when he won his award, something like that. Like, I'd lose it. Like, you're not talking to him, you're talking to the Joker.
And that's Joaquin, too. That's the dude who, like, became that.
He's crazy.
What was that guy's. Who was he portraying?
He was Johnny Cash.
No. When he did God damn it. What was that movie called? Where he grew the beard and he was like a musician. And God, it was like his most famous role. Like everybody thought he was crazy. Like he went on David Letterman as that character.
Oh, he was like a rapper.
Or he wasn't a character.
He was himself.
Like, yeah.
He was himself. He was going to be a rapper,
That's what
but it was a fake movie.
Right.
It was supposed to be
That's
like
what I mean. Like
it was Affleck, it was Casey Affleck directed it.
Yeah.
It was a documentary.
Phoenix,
but it was all bullshit. Yeah.
Right, but it was a year, 2 year long.
Yeah, people were like, "What the fuck?" He's he's like he I remember watching the trailer for it. It like moved me. I was like,
I never saw the movie.
I never saw it either because I found it was bullshit. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it if it's bullshit. I don't have time for bullshit. If it's real, that's one thing, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's completely fabricated.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. No, it was. I don't know what point we were trying to make before the Joker. But yeah, it was good. He's a good actor.
Yeah, there's a movie on Amazon called "You Were Never Really There" that he's in, and it's like a killer, like he rescues children that have been abducted, and it's fucking like, it's fucking twisted, but again, like amazing performance. His brother died, man. He had a brother that was River Phoenix.
Yeah, River Phoenix. Yeah,
he OD'd. Sucks.
Yep.
Fucking Wendy Williams made fun of his cleft palate. Did you see that? Yeah. Wendy Williams ain't got no room to make fun of someone's appearance.
She's a man, isn't she? Or is.
That's what people say.
She, it, they.
That's what people say. I think she's a woman. I just think she's got too much stuff done on her where she looks like a monster at this point. Like her face doesn't move.
Like the same thing like when we thought China was a man.
Yeah.
But she really was a woman.
Her clit is supposed to be like the size of a penis, though. She's dead, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Oh,
Nice.
Joni Lauer, right?
Joni something.
Joni somethings. Yeah. It didn't end well for her, did it? She kind of.
I don't think so.
She was on like Surreal Life. Remember that show on VH1?
Well, she did porn.
Yeah.
X-Pac has a podcast, but apparently he
he was part of her demise.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah.
They had like some domestic disputes where like he got locked up and stuff. Remember Surreal Life? Do you remember that?
No.
It was a D-list celebrity reality show.
I don't think I ever watched any celebrity or reality show.
Okay, well, China was on this one.
Yeah.
She was a fucking mess. Like alcoholic, drunk, always fighting, drama. X-Pac even showed up in one episode. And they had like some
Did he do the DX music?
No, he was just like he's all douchey. Just had sunglasses on in his ponytail, and it was just all douchey. And they like fought and stuff. And she just not good. Like drugs, like serious drugs. And yeah, there were a couple. And I don't think it ended well for her. I don't think it ends well for any wrestler, pretty much. I think if you're going to be a wrestler, like you got to pretty much be like content with, you know, you're going to die early.
At some point, yeah.
Unless you're Ric Flair.
I don't know how he's still alive. Like the dude still parties. So I've heard.
I bet he does cocaine still. I mean, that's how much of a badass he really is.
He's looking pretty damn old, like 1 foot in the grave. I hate to say it, but he's old, like he should be. He should. I mean, it's not like he's 50 and looks like that.
Right. I mean, he's got to be like 70, 80 almost.
Oh, Hulk looks old too, but he still looks like I don't know what the age difference is between Hulk and Rick.
I don't get why Hulk even bothers with the WWE anymore.
Money. Well, he got blacklisted for a year.
He got $150 million from that Gawker thing. Like, why? I wouldn't even like. Why put yourself in like? He must love it.
Well,
like,
he probably gave half his stuff to his ex-wife.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, well, he got blacklisted for racial slurs, right?
Took a year off, and WWE forgot about it. Here's Hulk Hogan.
Everything's different now. Well, we don't have any big stars, so we're just going to forget about all this.
And he's going back into the Hall of Fame.
Really?
The NWO's getting...
Really?
Yeah. So, like, all of them are like...
Scott Hall?
All of them.
Really? See The Rock's dad died today?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I think you say The Rock died.
No, not The Rock. His dad died.
Yeah, sorry. Or Big Rocky Johnson.
Yeah.
Rocky
I mean, I don't know anything about him,
Rat.
but he was supposed to be like a pave the way or whatever. Yeah. What do you think about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when you talk about Hall of Fame?
There we go. Yeah.
Depeche Mode, 9 Inch Nails.
You said Depeche Mode, then 9 Inch Nails?
I'm just naming I'm not naming them in a specific order. What I say weird?
Dude, 9 Inch Nails is like one of our favorite bands ever.
I was just naming them like of course, 9 Inch Nails, hooray. But I meant like everyone's mad about Whitney Houston and Notorious B.I.G. and T-Rex. Who the fuck is T-Rex?
Oh, they're an 80s band.
Are they rock?
They probably had like one or two hits.
Judas Priest got screwed. I agree.
Judas Priest thing over T-Rex over Judas Priest.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
You know what? But we'll tie it in later. No, I'm glad Trent's in. It's gonna be a really dark. It's gonna be a really dark one. Whitney Houston's dead. Depeche Mode and 9 Inch Nails are kind of the one and the same, sorta, in terms of like.
Biggie's dead. Yeah,
Biggie's dead. So
that means someone's gonna perform their songs for him.
Hurrah! What do you think Trent's gonna play?
Starfuckers.
God, I hope he takes a bite off Ricky Gervais's and just.
No, because he was nominated before, and he said like he doesn't give a fuck about being in it. Like there's nothing less rock and roll than being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. And did he throw it in reverse this time around when he was up again? He was like, actually, it'd be a great honor. And so I think he's
in the machine now.
Yeah, he's Mr. Soundtrack. Hollywood.
He's soundtracking every single big
Hollywood Trent.
Hollywood Trent. Starfuckers Incorporated.
Academy Award winner, Hollywood Trent. He won for The Social Network, so he won an Oscar.
He's a Grammy winner too for Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Just because some producer sampled is instrumental
from what song? You know,
a ghost track.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just some ethereal that you could have probably just. There's so many tools available now. You probably. Granted, I didn't hear it, but it was just an intro, so it's not like it was like some big orchestral thing.
I've heard Old Town Road a million times,
and that part probably gets cut out on the radio, unless it's like underneath. I don't know. Maybe it's in the intro.
There's a little guitar thing in the intro.
Maybe that's what it is.
Wow, he gets a Grammy for that.
Hey, man, he's a lucky SOB.
And he's got new music coming out. And he's going to tour. It's all coming up, Trent.
2020 NIN 2020.
And then Rage Against the Machine is back.
They're all back, man.
Yeah.
Tool. Tool's been back, but
would you go see Tool again if they came back to St. Louis?
I didn't look at my watch. I thought there was a bug crawling on me.
Well, Tool songs are really long, so I wonder if you're like, well, let's see. It's going to be about 4-hour concert.
I did hear that like a lot of the new leg is like all Fear Inoculum's tracks.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I looked at a show, and this is before the new leg.
When I say all, I'm sorry. There's like 10 tracks, so maybe that's like 3 or 4.
3. Fuck. I don't even know how to say it. The Numina song, the badass song.
I don't even know what. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with the 9 in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
That, Fear Inoculum, and then like I think Descendant are one of the ones that I already played. You know, Descendant or God.
That's the only thing that sucks about Tool.
So that's 3 songs.
Like the older they get, granted they've only had 5 albums in 100 years.
Yeah.
It's like they only play like 10 songs, and there's so many good songs to choose from.
I know, that's what's frustrating.
It's like you're getting kind of the same. It's like you're getting a greatest hits.
That's why I'd ask you, like, would you go again? Because basically, there's gonna be 3 different songs, and that's it. Yes, they'll probably be like 15 minutes live, which
probably
is cool.
Not. I probably wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't go?
No.
Because it would be expensive.
That's why I haven't. Besides this last time, I skip like 2 or 3 times because I'm like, they don't have any new thing. They don't have anything new out. You know, that's probably the time to go. Whenever they didn't have any new material, because then
that's when they play like Opiate and shit, and they play some shit off Undertow.
I don't know. I saw them again. It's cool.
It just depends what I got going on. I am going to try to see 9 Inch Nails though,
if they come.
Well, they didn't come last
time,
so that means they will come this time. Did
we go see him last time?
I saw him in Nashville last time.
Did we see him?
We saw him Hesitation Marks together.
Chaffetz?
Yeah, me, you, and my brother.
Was a good concert.
It was great. I mean, he's so good, man. I'm surprised he's not more mainstream, but that's probably great that he's not. Like, I don't know. I wonder if he's going to release the album himself or get like a label to like promote it for him. You know what I mean?
He's probably in bed with so many labels. Like, I don't know. Because he signed a big label with Hesitation Marks. So
but then he put out a bunch of EPs on his own. Like he has got the Bad Witch EP. It's like I
completely forgot
he's got like you went like Radiohead where he's got like a bunch of shit that you like. I don't even know what this is. It's so much like random releases.
When is the rock? When is that?
Oh, I don't know. I think
August?
It's in July. Yeah,
it'll be a whole package deal.
Yeah,
he'll do that new album, new tour. I'm sure it's spearheaded by some label.
Pearl Jam's touring.
Hold on, let's keep it in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for 1 second because I do want to go into that.
Okay.
How do you think his acceptance speech is going to go?
I don't know.
He was so because if Rage Against the Machine ever got in, which I know they got nominated, they're not in, right? I know.
No, I don't think so. No.
Tom Morello's like he's introduced and played a bunch, but it's just like those type. Let's just say or Tool. Like what do they say? That's so like because they were. Well,
if they're really badass, they don't show up. You don't show up.
Yeah.
You say, fuck it, I'm not going to show up and accept my award. I mean, why show up and perform and be an asshole?
This is one. Okay, it took years and years. Talk about Judas Priest getting this up. It took years and years and years for Rush to get in.
Yeah, that's...
So this preface, R.I.P. Neil Peart.
No, that's what I wanted to ask you this whole time. How do you say his last name?
It's one of those where like Z and Z.
Okay.
Like when you're in like his like Canadian pronunciation is Peart.
Yeah.
But like I heard like when he was in the States, so like you can call me Peart.
Well, a little sidebar. It's real quick. Okay, you get back to your point.
That's fine.
when I worked in Charleston, West Virginia, we would do March Bandness. A lot of stations did that, where you have bands compete, and then you make a bracket.
I think
online.
Casey still does it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good. People get into it, but we got like specific. We want drummers, and I was saying Neil Peart, and then a guy down the hall that would leave when I leave every night. He corrected me. It was Neil Peart.
It's a big.
And I'm like
the big rushies. Like,
no, this ain't Peart, you idiot.
I think he was a hardcore. He was older guy. I think he But it made me, I mean, like, God, I always fuck up names in radio, like, especially in pop radio, like Camila Cabello, I don't know how to fucking say shit. So I felt so stupid. Plus, like, Rush, it's like one of the coolest bands ever. I don't know how to say the guy's fucking name, but I would look at YouTube clips of people talking to him, and it would go both ways.
Exactly.
They'd say Peart, they'd say Peart. So, anyway, that's my addition to this. Go ahead.
No, so it was really sad. I don't get affected by that type of shit.
You don't give a shit at all about that stuff. You don't ever.
But man, I felt horrible that day.
He's only, what, 67, 68? Like, that's young.
He was 63. No, yeah, you're right.
But that's young in this today.
And he had it for 2.5 years. And
isn't that why they quit, though? No, that's why they did their farewell thing. I thought they did a farewell.
They're almost like Tool-esque. Like, no one really, like,
they don't talk to people?
Like, that guy in general is so private.
They don't, like, do press?
He doesn't. Like, anytime they do press, like, it's just those two. Okay. Like, he is I've heard he has huge, like, social problems. Like, he doesn't like to be around people.
Well, back to Joaquin Phoenix, just a sidebar. That's why he did that weird speech, they say, is because he's got social anxiety. Yeah. He's just, like, rambling. It wasn't like he was crazy. He's just like,
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so.
But
it must be hard to have that and be like a Rush. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, yeah,
you've seen him. How many times have you seen him?
Oh, I don't know, 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about Ray. They came to St. Louis every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's a very selfish feeling, because it's like, I didn't know this person. He doesn't know I exist. But, like, I'm really sad that he's dead, and like Rush will never play again. Even though, I mean, it's not like he was 20. So that's kind of different but it was still kind of the same thing. Where it was very unexpected.
Yeah,
it's like there was no inkling of him being, like, seriously sick.
Well, he was considered like one of the best drummers of all time.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a list. Sure. There's a list of drummers that he'd probably be on that list with, but he was like at least top 2, top 3.
Yeah,
not number 1.
Yeah.
So, like, music's changing, and the way we receive in music now is different, and the way we perform and produce music is different. And I'm not saying drumming's a lost art form, because it's not, but
it kind of is.
You just lost one of the best in the biz, and, like, you're never going to get that back. So, yeah, I mean, how many tours did they have left at 67, 68? I don't know. Probably
pretty
a few.
much. It was like
I thought they quit.
Their last tour was like unofficially farewell. Like, they weren't a part of that whole farewell tour bullshit.
I was gonna say, would they Kiss? Did they do like 10 farewell tours?
I mean, they were just so fucking. Just like you said it, they're so fucking cool.
They don't give a shit.
Like,
yeah.
And they have, like, humor in everything they do, and modest and all that. So that was a huge bummer. That really, but the good, like, I'm going back and, like, listening and watching a bunch of Rush stuff, so it's kind of cool.
Well, the guy was, touching on what you said, where, like, you think it's selfish. I think, like, it's only natural when you're a fan of someone's work that it's not the person. It is the person, but it's not the person. Like, that music has been a part of your life for so long, through the ups and downs, through the changes of the seasons, all that. You've seen him in concert. You're a musician. You're in a band. You've been in other bands, and this guy is the best at when it comes.
I'm not even a drummer.
Like, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, I mean, the whole world weeps for this guy.
Right.
I mean, rock is struggling when, I say, who cares if the Notorious B.I.G.'s in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? But at the same time, when you lose guys like that, and you don't have guys like that coming up, that's fucking sad. You know what I mean? That's fucking sad. No one's gonna see that crazy drum shit ever.
I know.
I mean, Tommy Lee. I mean, when's he gonna die from hepatitis C? I mean, come on.
But just like you said, it's
Mike Portnoy.
It's you have to remind yourself that, like, just like you said, like, the music died, like the memories you have, because, like,
it's the memories.
It's the memories, and
you never met the guy.
No, but it's just a weird. But it's so weird, because, like, I guess everybody knew that Rush was my favorite band.
I do.
Was.
I do.
And, like, I got multiple texts.
Well, I didn't text you.
That's fine. But like, that's my point. Like, it's like, hey, sorry for your loss. Like, it's like my dad died.
I'll be honest with you. I remember when I saw that, I remember thinking, "Oh fuck, Jerry's gonna be
exactly
pissed.
like."
I didn't text you, but I remember going like, "Oh man."
But seriously, I got at least 6 texts.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. Like, I don't know how to respond. Like, thanks. Like, I get it. It's not a negative thing, but it's like just kind of weird. Like, I didn't know this person, yet everybody knew how much I really enjoyed them.
The band's work like meant a lot to you and is a big part of your life. So it will never be the same now.
Yeah,
it wasn't going to last for nothing. Lasts
but the
forever.
good thing is they were kind of done anyway.
Right,
they're getting old, and
the good thing, like you said, is they weren't like 20.
Yeah,
not that death is death,
but it was still almost kind of the same. Where just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
he died, and then
I didn't know he was sick.
And then you look into like God, he pretty much probably something was off with him on tour because it pretty much dated as soon as they were done. Like he got diagnosed, so that's sucks.
Probably why they did it.
That just sucks.
That's probably why they just said let's do a farewell tour. Good luck.
Yeah,
I mean, that's allegedly why they did the Motley Crue thing because Mick Mars is like got that disease. Yeah, but I guess they're gonna.
Hey, you're sick. Let's go on the road.
Yeah, I guess they still got some juice in them. They'll have like some fucking puppeteer thing, like moving his hands around.
So rest in peace.
Yes, he's a fucking amazing machine. He's a drumming machine, and
he was still doing it at 65. Still just fucking ripping.
And Rush, as the members are like pushing 70, is probably still one of the best bands that has come out in the past 30, 40 years and hasn't really been matched in the past 5 or 10 years at all. Not even close. The shit they did.
Yeah.
I mean, you could name good bands, but then they've been around 20 years themselves.
Right. But the tie-in was, and I don't know if you've seen this, so when they finally got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and they were like the ones where like they got skipped every single year. And so they went up there. They Geddy said something. Neil actually said something, and then Alex Lifeson, the guitarist, he got the mic or went up to the podium. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. This is what he said.
Really?
Blah blah blah.
Oh, really?
Blah blah for like 3 minutes, like 3 minutes. Blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah, and you see like the guys in the band were just like, "What is he doing?" And then he never said anything. That is fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
That is sticking it. I mean, I don't think he was trying to be negative. I think he was just trying to like, I have nothing to say.
He didn't like bow down and go, "Thank you so much."
Right.
Blah blah. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is like seriously, even though they're my favorite band, like that is like one of the coolest things you could do in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube.
Oh, well.
It's funny.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Pour one out.
Pour one out for Neil. Pour out my 40. Shit.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, would you go see them?
I don't know. It's one of those where like, if I start listening to Pearl Jam again, because I haven't listened to them in forever. I feel like I might. I don't know.
I feel like
I don't want to pay $100, 110.
Yeah, it's gonna be
bucks.
It's gonna be expensive.
Granted, I paid $110 to see Tool play 10 songs.
Yeah,
and at least Pearl Jam.
That's the thing. Pearl Jam has a huge catalog.
Play like 40 songs.
But I think Pearl Jam's reached U2 status.
Yeah.
Where and that's good for them, meaning like they're an arena band. And then they're also like Grateful Dead, Dave Matthews status, where they got a bunch of hardcore fans that are like into it. Like they just got, I don't know if they have a name, Deadheads and Parrot Heads and shit, but like they got like hardcore Pearl Jam people that just turn out for all their shit.
Yeah.
But
my problem is, not problem, but I never like really got into Pearl Jam. Like I liked a couple of their albums. I like, of course, their old stuff, but I think did we go to Pearl Jam together? I just remember, and it was years ago. I'm talking like at least 15 years, or maybe 10 years.
Yeah, I think I've seen them twice. So one was at the
It was the Riot Act.
Yeah, that was me. Then
so I love that album. But I just remember when I went, I'm like, I don't know half these songs. Yeah. So I feel like if I go, like, I don't like to go to concerts where I don't know like a lot of the material.
Right.
I'm not the type of like, yeah, I'm gonna get wasted and just be there. Like I want to I like to know the material.
I like to study the act and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go and listen to like 10 Pearl Jam albums just to
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. It's soon. It's like April, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, which I kind of like.
I think tickets go on sale Friday.
I hate when they're like, yeah, your band's coming in 10, 11 months. Okay.
Bon Jovi's coming too.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, Pearl Jam.
Alanis Morissette. I got tickets for that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I want to go to that. I bet it's sold out though, probably.
It's Riverport, so it's pretty hard to sell out.
Probably get lawn seats.
We got lawn seats.
I want to see Garbage.
Exactly.
Garbage is awesome.
I want to see Alanis and Garbage.
Well, Jagged Little Pill. I listened to that album. I listened to it. I thought she was hot. I think she's kind of hot now, but like Angry Alanis, man. Yeah,
she's probably not too angry anymore.
No, she's probably quite happy.
Matchbox 20 and Wallflowers was just announced.
The Pussy Tour.
Wallflowers are a good band.
It's Bob Dylan's son.
I know.
Jake Dylan.
I really like the Wallflowers. I did. I mean,
One Headlight.
They got a couple good albums. It's more mellow.
I'm just being a dick. I'm not against it.
But I've never been in Matchbox 20.
He does solo shit a lot too, Rob Thomas.
Yeah.
Was it Matchbox 20? No, it was the Superman. Never mind. I'm thinking of some band that came on. Everyone bailed because it was like lame.
And then of course you got Point Fest. Have you heard the Point Fest lineup?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I will give you a guess. Who do you think is headlining Point Fest?
The Urge?
No. Just name some bands. I'll let you know if they're even.
I don't even know where to begin. It's probably okay. Last year was Live. Was the headliner?
Don't think too hard. That's the hint. Don't think too hard.
Give me like one more hint. Is it alternative?
No.
Okay.
Let's just say they probably headlined at least 10 of them already. It's like
Shinedown?
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Yep.
They must have a great relationship with Shinedown.
Oh my God. I make the joke every time. Let me guess. It's this band, this band, this band. They're like 5 of them are in it. Except there's one huge act that's not headlining, surprisingly. The hint is weed. Like weed is in their logo.
I'm going to lie. I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Cypress Hill.
So you knew.
Yeah, but it's going to be like 40 minutes of it, though. You don't get like full sets at like radio festivals. Like I want to see like an hour and a half of Cypress Hill.
Point Fest is so lame. It always has been.
They do it every year, though. I mean, they haven't stopped doing it. I mean, I just don't like how it's like 40-minute sets. Like,
isn't that every fest though?
No, it's not. Everyone usually does like an hour. I don't know. I don't know how other radio festivals are done. I mean, I remember going to one Point Fest or Point show, and it was like Our Lady Peace, and they're the headliner, and they played 45 minutes. And it was just like, let's shove a bunch of like cheap bands down your throat.
How does this work? Explain this to me.
I don't know.
I'm sure you do, because you know how the radio fests are. So are these bands on tour?
Yeah, usually they'll grab a tour, because I would guarantee you some other bands in that lineup are touring with Shinedown as well. And I guarantee you some bands are touring with Cypress Hill. You know what I mean? So
maybe that's why like all the bands seem really like the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they totally. And you know what? The Point is not. They're not unique. Every radio station, I know. When they have the radio festival, it's not going to be like Lollapalooza. It's not going to be like Rock on the Range. I mean, it seems like they. I don't know. Yeah, it's not my thing. Whatever. I won't be going. I also saw Five Finger Death Punch, I believe, on there.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Five Finger Death Punch. I don't even remember them ever playing Five Finger Death Punch in the first place.
The Point now.
I don't get it, but whatever, man.
We'll talk shit. I don't care.
Well, yeah.
We're never going to get jobs there. I mean, I'm not in radio, but
I'm not either, man. So I mean,
okay. Here's the thing.
I like the good rock and roll that they play,
but they're like they're hip and trendy, like the DJs. It's all like the Riz Show. Like we're all like celebrities now, and we're all like, hey, look at our Instagrams, and hey, come see us here. Come see, which I get. They're playing the game.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
But when I listen to him now, I feel like, okay, I'm in this club now. You know, it's trendy now. So like, now I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like.
You mean the Rizzuto show is too cool? Like
yeah,
it's too popular.
It's too. I don't know.
Too mainstream.
Like when I listen to it now, like it's all just, yeah, we're gonna read you an ad right now, and I use this, and it's all like jolly, and I don't know.
When I've listened to it, I don't have a problem with it.
I do like the show. I shouldn't. It's the business end of it.
I mean,
the stuff they're being forced to do. The show's great. I still love the show.
David Glover, man, like that fucker, man. Half his show is. He's on 97.1. Half his show is him reading like advertisements.
And here's the thing, though.
It's terrible.
I just noticed the jump from when they went from MS to, like not their show has changed, but the business behind it.
Yeah,
it's like now, like you got to be more personable and like, hey,
yeah, that's implementation right there. Because 97.1 is both those stations went to no 97.1 went to Entercom.
It's like the ads are more like, hey, I'm telling you a story as opposed to reading you copy. You know?
Well, yeah, because they want
like, there's always a story behind every ad, and it's really annoying.
Well,
I get it's business. I understand it, but it's just
when I listen to the radio, like, it's like so much commercials, and I'm just like, yeah, I get it. I get why people like mocked me for doing this. Like, I just put on my phone. I was like, I can't. And I made commercials for like 3 years. I was like, my job was making commercials. I wrote them, I produced them, I recorded people. I had to make them interesting, and I get it now. I get it, but like it was my job. Like I had to do it. Mm-hmm. Nobody likes commercials. Nobody wants to hear commercials. What they're trying to do, I don't know. Really, I'm not up early anymore, so I'm not really like listening to the Rizzuto show. I have though, but it seems like those are like live reads. It's like, hey man, we're talking about this, and then you're going to segue into this grill, and then you're going to like make it part of your show. It's almost like, wait, this isn't the show anymore. And it's a way to, you got to do like so many of those an hour. Like they sign a deal, like he's going to mention your fucking grill like so many times an hour, and that's a way of advertising versus commercials. No, I'm putting on my phone. I'm listening to Rizzuto. Oh, he's talking funny. Oh, grill. Oh, grill. That's like the thought process.
Well, it is psychology, but they need to keep it. Okay, that's why podcasts are getting a little more. Certain ones are getting, not getting, but have been getting more advertising money, whatever you want to call it. So if you ever listen to Bill Burr does it, Conan does it. Like they do work the ads into their spiel, but like Bill Burr, for example, he's been doing it for years. Like he'll just mock the shit out of the ad. And it's hilarious. Like I don't want to skip that part. I want to listen to it. And he's not like cutting it down, but he's like, let me read this piece of paper here. Okay, what's this paper say? Okay,
well, if a DJ,
tell me this watch.
See, if a DJ did that, the sales guy would have a fucking heart attack. Bill Burr works for himself. So,
I know. And Conan does it too, though. Conan works for pretty big people, and he does it in different ways. They
probably like that, though. Like if I had a business go, yeah, give it to Conan, let it be funny.
That's my point. Like that's kind of where like that works because like when they do that, like it's entertaining, and I still laugh. It's a part. It's like what you're saying with Rizzuto and all the radio like they're kind of doing that. It's not just a read. It's like, oh, I'm going to tell you a story, but it's so like it's almost like network TV versus like stuff you see on HBO. You know what I'm saying? Like the thoughts there. It's too squeaky clean. It's too like, hey, I'm going to sell you an ad because I just changed my tone.
It's kind of like insulting to the audience.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I don't know the difference. You know what I mean?
Like one of the members, I'm going to say their name just in case. If like, hey, I'm going to tell you my story of my incredible story, and
who?
This is what I use.
Who?
Well, Vitrico.
What about him? What is
He's
he?
always like, I used to. And it's the same. I think that's probably another reason why, because he tells the same thing every time. I did the weight loss thing, and it's incredible. And this, now I got to use this product and this service, and you should go check them out too, and this and that, and this and that. And
He's getting a shitload of money for that, though.
exactly. I know they're playing the game. I understand.
I had to endorse Comcast cable.
Huh?
I had to endorse Comcast cable when I was a loser radio person. They're not loser radio people. I mean, depending on
No.
I had to endorse Comcast cable. They fucked me so bad. They didn't give me what I wanted. They fucked me on my TiVo or whatever, DVR. They fucked me on my on-demand. It was a constant fix this, fix that. And I had to fucking say it was the greatest goddamn product ever. Because if I didn't, I'd be in big trouble.
I get it.
Now take those guys on a fucking St. Louis major market scale. They're going to get their nuts cut off.
I get it.
Now, it still sucks to listen to. And it's outdated, and it's like grasping at straws, and it's like, we're clever, we're going to like sneak in an ad. It's like, oh, you trying to fool. Boom, on goes the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But it's a necessary evil. Like you said, they have to do it. That's how they get paid, and that's how.
like Chad's Water. I mean,
Don't talk shit about Chad's Water.
I'm not talking shit
Did you
about
shit your
Chad's Water.
pants?
No, yes. Shitting your pants. It's a new way to lose weight. What you do is you eat a lot of food, and then you shit your pants.
How do you lose weight that way?
Because you don't digest it. It just shit it out.
No.
It tastes good, and it,
Don't
it
shit.
feels intense coming out.
Don't let it go like that far. Just eat it and then throw it back up.
No, that's bulimic. That's not healthy. That's
how
a
you lose
disease.
weight.
Shitting it out is not a disease. Shitting it out is natural.
Unless you have IBS.
We shit. That's what we do.
Unless
We
you have
shit.
IBS or Crohn's.
Oh, that's not funny.
It's not funny, but you said it's not a disease.
You
but
just ruined this fucking product thing I'm doing.
sorry. Does that something to do with Chad's Water?
You're sitting there dogging fucking people on the radio. Look at what we're doing.
Does Chad's have a new water that makes you instantly shit yourself?
Yeah, it's called From Mexico. It's called Montezuma's Curse. It's called,
Montezuma edition.
yeah. I mean, there is a case where someone shit themselves to death, but you can't prove it was because of that water. It could have been because of anything.
That's why he has the new labels.
Yeah. And it's not from the toilet. That lawsuit will be settled soon, and that will be taken back.
There's a toilet in his logo.
It's not a toilet. It's like a bidet.
It's the same thing.
It's like a bidet. The water cleans
It's water
your
that-
system.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. It
is
cleans
that-
up. Like, you're a dirty person. So, like,
So like, you're not
basically
using the water. The water's using you.
well, you douche your body
It's like,
with this water.
The water's not sitting here waiting to swallow your shit. The water's like, here I am. I'm cleaning you
Yes.
in your.
Like, imagine like you're in a shower, taking a shower.
Uh-huh.
Now it's like the inside of your body. Hot, scalding, soapy water going into your stomach.
Well, it's kind of, if you look at it like the shower and a bidet is kind of the same thing.
The bidet cleans out your asshole. doesn't it?
Exactly, but it's like it's water that's being proactive and it's like helping you as opposed to just sitting there waiting for your shit and your piss, and that's water in a toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you read the copy. Exactly.
That's the point he's trying. That's the point that we're helping Chad help, or that's the point we're trying to make for Chad to
Yeah.
his hundreds of customers in the tri-state.
Tens of customers. Fives of customers.
I don't know. The new numbers come out in a couple weeks. We'll know soon if the new marketing campaign's working.
Since you're such a fan of local radio,
Hey, I still listen to the show almost every day. So
our show, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
iHeart Media.
yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Fire-
iHeart. Like, I wonder.
I hate media.
I wonder what.
Well, we're
Okay,
just we're glad to be on
okay.
the app,
We-
though.
we
I just want to start that off that we're glad to be on the app and don't remove us. But yeah, I heard media like fired a whole bunch of DJs, man, and a whole bunch of like people in local markets. Vic Porcelli, you know who that is? He got fired.
No kidding. I didn't
Yeah.
hear anybody on the local level, but I didn't like research it.
St. Louis I think is too big. I think it was more smaller, medium. I mean, there's a guy in Dayton who's been there 20 years. He got fired. I mean, there's like people who've been there forever. Acts. It's so sad. I feel sorry for everybody.
That's life.
No,
That's
but
life.
no. Okay, you can sit there and say that. I agree with you. Let me tell you
When you're
something.
in that business, though,
It doesn't matter when you get fired. It's like it's like
yeah, I'm
you're
not-
punched in
I'm
the
not
fucking
downgrading
stomach,
that.
man. It doesn't matter why you got fired. I mean, I was fired in a fucking shady criminal way, but it's like you can barely walk. It's like, oh my God, did this just fucking happen? So imagine like doing your job, doing everything right. You know, going out, doing a great show, programming great music, doing the marketing, all that shit, promotions. And they can't fucking sell you. They can't fucking sell you. And so what the hell happens? They fire you, okay? They fire you because they can't make money off of you. So the question is these people can't sell? Can they not sell? In my case, yes, they couldn't sell. They're incompetent fucking redneck idiots who had no experience, and they were trained by an incompetent redneck idiot who had no experience. I've been with great salespeople. They can make money off of anything. So my question is, are these sales reps unable to sell while these fucking stations are firing all their talent, or is there no money in radio because it seems like they're going digital? They're going to focus more on digital. Like, some stations in these like markets are going to be all automated. So they're going to focus more on like podcasts. They're going to focus more on streaming. They're going to focus more. They're going to be less of radio. Radio's going to be secondary. And there's companies like that already. There's what's it called? God, I can't think of it. I've applied to it. I've applied to them several times. They're internet first, radio second. God, what the fuck are they called?
Probably what it should be, right?
Is that a sign of the times?
Like
though?
it was bound to happen.
Is that a sign of the times?
It's like working for a newspaper.
Is this it? Is this it though? Is this it? Because let me tell you something. And I'm getting intense here, just because I know a lot about it. Bill Clinton. Everyone hates Bill Clinton for this. In the '90s, he deregulated radio. You only could own certain stations, certain amount of stations in the market. So he deregulated, and then the Clear Channel, iHeart Media, changed the names. You know, they bought shitload of stations. Too many. Cumulus. There's like a handful of companies that own everything. So if you don't work there, you got to work for these like independent mom and pop stations, which is great. Local radio, right? Wrong. Because it's not local. Because half that shit's like satellite shit that they're piping in from these big companies that are providing these fake stations from these small market stations that aren't making any money, okay? So you go, oh, we put like these fake shows in every market, like Bobby Bones and Rover's Morning Glory and The Woody Show, which is also in our market. And you say, oh, that's terrible. We need local stuff. And then you got these independent mom and pop stations with some kid with a lisp and a stutter reading about pancake breakfast. So I don't know, what you want. And these people who are displaced, you got 850 people I saw that one day were fired. They're all looking for jobs now. So there's like less jobs, more people who need jobs. Are they going to go make $10,000 a year in shithole Southern Illinois? I mean, what's going to happen? You got a bunch of fucking people who are lost. I mean, where are they going to go?
World War III might happen pretty soon.
Draft them?
It's a terrible joke. But yeah.
I hope they got severance, man. I really do.
They probably didn't. They probably got...
It was handled in a very shitty way. They sent out some email that was very like misleading. Then they just called everybody up and fired them.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about because... Okay, so this is true, right? Like they all got because like
they sent out this meeting like we got this new agenda.
iHeart's statement was that they're changing the way things are going to be.
Yeah,
but
they used the word like dislocation, which meant fire.
But in the way it was worded, it's like, but the layoffs will be not that much, or however it was worded. It was worded very professionally.
Liars.
But then but I'm reading reports from like radiotrends.com, so I have no idea how authentic or if this website or report is even true, but from everything all these responses was all these people got laid off. So I don't know what was true. If like I heard of thousands of people, so thousands of people got laid off or could be laid off.
It was 850 the first day. Now I think it's up to over 1,000.
Okay, so over 1,000.
And they have like these markets. They have no on-air personalities on any websites. Like I don't know. I mean,
do we have we do have an iHeart Media?
We have Alt and we have Z1077. And then I think we have ESPN, maybe, is iHeart.
So, but they didn't have...
Vic Porcelli was on Alt. He was a weekender.
He was?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody from Z got let go. I think Woody's going to be fine because, I mean, he's what's going to be the next thing is his show.
But here's the thing.
So they don't want local people.
For stations that are in... I mean, they're in a machine. You can tell. You can tell, like, all the commercials are all, like... Mm-hmm. You could tell what's an iHeart Media. Like, hey, we're going to promote this.
Oh, it's all their podcasts and their
like
their festivals.
Has like a beat
yeah.
That has nothing to do with the station. It's like here's iHeart Media Festival and this and that. And
all their stations are the same.
We're watching. Come see this show that's not anywhere close to our area.
Yeah.
So you could tell. So why do those Why do those stations even need DJs?
They don't, I guess. No, they don't. They finally have made the decision.
They're a great place for interns to work.
Yeah.
Hey, get on the air for 3 seconds and we don't have to pay you anything. So if you're been working in the field for 10, 20 years for a paycheck, and you're probably getting paid pretty well, you probably got to know your time's almost up.
Everyone knew something was happening for a while. It just finally happened. Like some shit like this happened right when I got into it in 2008, 2009, where they fired a shitload of people. And then, I mean, there's been times where Cumulus, the other company, has fired like a shitload of people. Mass layoffs, they just happened. But this is like really fucking, this is like they have made a decision to go in a direction that has never been gone before. And it'll be interesting to see if it affects people listening or if they even give a shit if people are listening and they just get their money. You know what I mean? Because
it's big business, man.
They
did it for a reason.
It's big,
they
it's corporate,
did it.
yeah.
They see where the money's going.
Digital.
Well, not only that, but just like you said, podcasts and streams, and I don't know if it's YouTube. You know, it's if they follow.
Everything's video too. They video everything, like
Yeah.
live video, their fucking shows and shit. Like I want to look at their fucking ugly faces.
They follow the money, and I mean, it sucks that people have to get fired. But if you knew the writing was on the wall, I don't know. It's hard for me to find sympathy. But it sucks. It's a shitty situation.
Well, the writing's on the wall, but it's like it's not going to be me. You know what I mean? You have that mentality where, like we talked about, I'm going to do everything right. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be fine. It'll be okay because I'm doing good. And then you hit this fucking realization, and I came to it where it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter because other people fail to do their jobs. You're going to suffer. I mean,
that wasn't even that though.
What?
All these people got fired because other people didn't do their jobs. This is from the top. This is from
why though? They're not making money.
Well, it's either that or just they're following the trends.
Oh, if they were making a shitload of money, they wouldn't have done that.
Then why did every single DJ or whatever DJ get fired then?
Because they can't pay them. Because they're consolidating even more. They've consolidated beyond the even conceivable thought of consolidating, where you get rid of all your on-air talent. I mean, they're not going to pay people. You could pay a morning guy, an afternoon guy, a midday guy, a night guy, but not them. You're going to have Woody, Bobby Bones, a Rover, some fucking show, somebody voice tracked from another city, and then some fake show at night, and then maybe like a couple hours live in the afternoon. That's how they do business.
At the way how much content is out there, and this is, if I was running, because I have no idea how the ins and outs of this, like you do, no idea. But this, if I'm a big giant ass corporation machine that has all these radio stations, I would have done the same thing. There's so much content out there. You don't need to be paying these people to introduce songs. I know there's more than that.
Well, totally.
But there's podcasts which are recorded radio shows. That's all they are.
Listen. I totally agree with you. My whole alma mater or whatever, my mantra, I guess is what you would say, was that if you were entertaining and compelling, you would survive. And I was wrong because they don't fucking care. Mm-hmm. Because you get the same fucking thing when you can't make money out of anything. If someone being entertaining, compelling versus some fake automated voice going, hey, shout out to Wentzville, like someone in Cleveland recording that. Oh my God! They live here. I mean, it's so fucking fake, dude.
I don't think we ever talked about it. It was so bad. The Christmas channel, 102.5. I mean, they were the Christmas channel.
I don't even go close to that.
But I mean, it was when Christmas music was on.
Yeah, but still though, I don't go close to that.
But the what do you call it? Who does all the station call?
Yeah.
The announcer was like, it was almost an impression of a Southern Californian woman. All-time Christmas music station on 102.5.
She probably was from Southern California.
KEZK.
Yeah.
And it was so like,
she probably had a fucking
awful.
She probably had a sheet of stations
right, I'm sure.
She had to record.
I'm sure.
Yeah. You should have some like, hi, this is Big Rich up in New York City. Yeah. Fuck New Jersey. Yeah. Jersey Dagos. Yeah, shout out to Long Island.
Like, what idiot made this decision? But
Hello-
just like you said, like it doesn't make any sense to have.
Well, in the old days, people actually performed, and then you get people who, like, stop performing. So it's like, well, you know, the days of Don Imus and early Don Imus and Howard Stern, and even before the main shock jock era of the '90s and early 2000s, like people like performed, like they would take calls, even DJs. I mean, I remember listening to The Point, and I'm not saying The Point isn't like this anymore. I think you know, they do a great job. The Point, I think they're a great station. I'm being serious.
But they're trying to turn themselves into Instagram celebrities.
That's what they're adapting, though.
Exactly.
They're evolving. It's evolution.
That's the game now.
That's what they got to do.
Game now. You need to gain a fan base.
Well, Lux, okay, like everyone, she's an attractive woman. How are you not going to have her on Instagram? All the fucking guys are going to blow that shit up. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Now, like an ugly guy like me, that's where I lose. No one wants to see my pictures on Instagram.
Who else is on The Point besides Lux and Donnie? Donnie's the program director.
He's the music director.
Whatever.
There's like
and he's like a local celebrity. Like he's fucking cool as shit.
There's like 10 people on the Rizzuto show at this point.
Yeah.
I think so.
And they're all 5 of them know Moon. They live with them.
You know, but what I'm saying is, I remember listening back in the day, like in the '90s, like being up late in my room, like listening to the radio, and it being like, "Ooh, this is like edgy."
Oh yeah,
like, you know,
what show was Jeff a part of that? They had like a late night show.
Oh, Nocturnal Emissions.
Yeah,
Joe and John.
it.
But it was a bunch of every shit was like that. I can't tell you how much unique, crazy stuff I heard on that station and the other stations. Now it's like just bland, like you know,
because they have a million of those shows right now that are in podcast form,
like ours, available where
everywhere.
iHeart Media app.
That's the society we're living in now. The cool little things that the things that were so cool and so original to us. There's a million of them now, and you can get them on all the platforms, and you can get them on every channel, and you can get them on all the websites, and download and there's too much. There's too much. There's too much news. There's too much content. There's too many movies. There's too many TV shows.
What about
because we are in the age of oversaturation, and our brains are not built to handle that.
They said the 80s was the decade of excess. Would you say we're in the decade of excess?
Content excess.
Because I think when they mean 80s, they mean, you know, high society, doing cocaine, all that shit.
Credit cards.
Yeah. Like shopping, like, you know, pick up the beat. Is that how we got the beat, you know? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Wall Street, excess. Yeah. So now it's just basically all that except it's like entertainment.
It's stuff that's not real. It's like content. It's digital.
So you said, yeah. Well, you can't even hold it in your hand.
Exactly.
You said we both agreed that there's too much video streaming, music streaming, audio streaming. It's too much.
Have every
Apple, Spotify, Pandora,
too many services.
Yeah. Do you think that? I mean, we both all come to the conclusion with the CBS All Access, Netflix, you know, Hulu.
See what's
different? Only so many can stand.
But what's different between music and the TV movie one, like video,
is content.
Well, and
exclusive content. Except Tidal, that Jay-Z thing had supposed to have
failed. I mean, they kind of like some artists kind of did that. I think Taylor Swift did like, hey, my album's only going to be on Apple. But then the next
album,
they
do it for a while though. Right. They do it for like a week.
But her latest album went everywhere because I think it's a failed experiment.
They used to do that with Walmart too. Like when it was a CD, like only at Walmart. So you'd have to go to Walmart to buy it. But
that's different. That's different than, hey, I'm going to make a trip. I'm going there anyway and pick up Taylor Swift's CD. Versus, I'm not going to sign up for $12 a month for the service just to get Taylor Swift's new album.
Hey, I'm going to put on my pajamas and inject heroin and then Narcan and then go to Walmart and buy Taylor Swift and then beat my kids.
So the streaming service, they're all offering the same thing.
That's what I mean. So you got Netflix that has its original shows, and you got Hulu that has its original shows, and then it has its own shit. But like okay, so you said like Tidal had its original exclusive music, but like say Netflix has that 70s show, but Hulu doesn't. So you don't have like Apple Music has Jay-Z, but well, okay, that's a bad example because of the title. Yeah. Greta Van Fleet, but the other one doesn't. Or Spotify has Slipknot, but Pandora doesn't. Like they don't sign exclusive deals. Do you think that will ever happen?
It's a different business.
It's not good to do that.
It's a different business.
It'll be killed.
Besides going out to see these movies, like that'll hugely affect the concert like the concert business,
Like
and
if
that's
you-
where they make their money.
If you want to listen to the newest Slipknot album, you have to get Spotify. If you like rap music, then you got to go to this streaming service. I mean, that
That'd be
wouldn't work.
horrible.
That would destroy everything, wouldn't it?
I don't know how the music business still makes money, because I saw like a flow chart of where like who's like the labels and how they're in bed with the streaming services. It's all like they're like exchanging money like back and forth.
Well,
like,
everything's payola. Even radio, even
not
radio's
only
payola.
that, but it's like Billboard or like Spotify own. Wait a minute, I'm trying to think. It was just so like it didn't make any sense. Like it's the money goes here, then it goes here, then it goes back here. It's like who is making money, because they're all paying each other.
I saw some rapper, I don't know who his name is, but he was like, I made jack shit off. And it was like, I made X amount of dollars. It was jack shit off of like thousands and thousands of streams. So it's like,
And who's making the money then? Like and I hear like the labels still aren't making the money. It's like, who is making all the money?
well,
What are
they
the $12 a month.
They wanted to
going
go after
towards?
radio to make them pay more for playing the songs like a while ago. And man, if they did that at this point, like, and they won, like that'd be the end of radio. But they could do that for Spotify too, or
Okay.
make them pay more. Like, what's it called? What do you get when your song's played?
Pale. What?
No, not you. Like if your song's played in a movie,
Oh,
what do you-
royalty.
royalties, yeah, more royalties. But if they did that, I mean, fuck, iHeartMedia can't afford talent right now. So you're gonna hike up the royalties. That's the end of music radio. So the record company couldn't adapt, so they pulled that card, and they even went to the court over it. And it's going to come back at some point.
Yeah.
They do that to Spotify and Pandora, make them pay more.
That's
Like,
what I keep saying that the big machine. That's what they're trying to go back to the way that things were, and the way that things were, the artists didn't make anything. They got advances, yes, but the label owned everything. They owned 100% of all the music they wrote, and so the artist made the royalties, but it's like 10 cents, just like a Spotify royalty almost.
you get that every time that's played, though, right? For the rest of your life.
I mean, I don't know if there's a cap. I don't know. I think so. I don't. There might be a year limit. I'm not quite sure how that works. I was never that in depth into the system.
I just like, it's just too much video, too much audio. And then podcasts, of course, we're just as guilty. We're doing podcasts where it's like,
It's where
there's a million podcasts,
but like they're just radio shows that aren't on the radio anymore.
And the public gets to decide, not gatekeepers. Like, we're going to decide what's on our radio station. Well, actually, I'm just going to do my own thing. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Like, shouldn't these smaller radio stations just sign quote unquote podcasts?
I really think that's where
creators?
iHeartMedia is going to go, is they're going to just start putting their podcasts on the radio. They've already started doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's just going to be like, here's the morning show. It's the Ron Burgundy podcast.
Well, it makes sense. Like from 2 to 3, it's almost like a TV station. From 2 to 3, here's Ron Burgundy's podcast on Mondays, and then Tuesdays will be Conan's, and like.
And then they'll just push you to download it. Like, download more. If you missed it, download it. Because they need those downloads. They can't just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're finding more revenue, though, in digital than on air. And that goes back to my question. Is there no money in radio? Or are they just fucking up?
There is in certain genres. In pop music and this.
Country radio is huge. People, whether you like it or not,
I was going the opposite. I was going like pop music. You can listen to that shit anywhere. But sports radio. Yeah, you can listen to sports radio too. But it has to be super, super timely. Like something that's hard to, like podcast. It's not live. It's hard to, if you're recording podcasts daily, then it's a radio show.
Yeah.
So if it's like sports or current events, politics, radio's very still in play. I would
traffic.
think. Yeah. That
Weather, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Even though I heard a forecast that was out of date today. So,
you know what they ought to do?
like, a lot of changes have happened and they didn't mention it. So it was obviously recorded like in the morning.
Those type of stations. I'm still in support of the small. Is the point small? Like not corporate, and they're corporate. You know what I mean?
They're corporate.
You know what I mean?
If you're in a major market, you're out probably corporate.
Okay, the non-iHearts.
Yeah.
What they ought to do is just make it almost like how TV Guide had the content and the ads.
Yeah.
It's almost like they should, like, okay, morning starts. Here's your traffic and weather on the whatever. And then here's a clip you missed from the latest episode of Conan. 10 minutes of this, like the funniest segment or interview. Want to listen to more? Go download Conan. And now here's the traffic and weather. Blah blah blah. It's all like automated, but it's also you're promoting your ad. You're promoting your content that you own. Ron Burgundy podcast. It's almost like, okay, you know when like the Woody the Woody Show or Rizzuto Show, when they're on vacation. It's the same thing. It's like, I think they might have someone there reading the weather. So but like
best of.
But all it is, it's more commercials. And then here was the segment that you missed from a couple months ago.
Yeah,
iHeart those stations should just do that 24/7.
I think that's what they're doing now.
But you don't hear like, here's a clip from this show.
Just acknowledge that it's fucking not live and shit. Like,
if you're trying to push your content that you own, so they own the Ron Burgundy podcast. Is that
okay? Yeah.
So that's one of their shows that you're trying to promote and push, and
Chelsea Handler.
instead of putting their whole show on air, the airwaves. Here's your 5-minute segment.
So just use the FM AM medium for advertisements for your digital.
Yeah. Throw in ads. But there's probably no ad numbers in that. That's probably why.
Do you think people will give a shit that of these changes? Like, oh my God, all my favorite personalities are fired.
What age?
Any age.
The younger, no. I think younger people listen to radio. As a generalization. I'm sorry, younger people.
No, that's fine. The younger people don't give a shit.
Probably not. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so DJs, right? My argument is DJs make the station better. Well, you take away DJs, and what was scary to me is everything started becoming more and more automated. Nobody gave a fuck. There wasn't some big public outcry of, this isn't how it used to be. People listened anyway. So what's terrifying is, are people going to listen no matter what? No matter what garbage, cookie cutter, manufactured in some fucking corporate laboratory that checks all the boxes, shit you shove down your throat.
If you have all of the streams everywhere else, then why is it necessary? For like music, why can't it just be?
I don't know. Whenever I turn it on, it's like,
here's songs, here's the ads.
Yeah.
Here's songs, here's the ads. Here's songs, here's the ads.
Yeah.
I understand the personality brings in more listenership and more.
It can.
Well,
They can also fail, too.
Right.
They can also be off-putting. It seems like personality is not what radio is about outside of morning shows anymore. It seems like it's all about, you just promote the station, you promote the events, you promote what it offers.
No, yeah, there's that aspect, too, promoting the events.
Oh, yeah, Point Fest, and that's all they're going to talk about on the Point for like the next till May or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to them. I don't think that's any of that stuff's alternative, but what do I know? I'm not in Market 20 like they are.
We're not talking about, and it's the same reason I still listen to radio in the morning. Sometimes you just want to turn on and like be connected to what's going on, even if it's not news. You know what I'm saying? Just like. But what happened in the sports world? What happened?
But what's that worth to you?
I wouldn't pay for it.
And what's that worth to an employer and an employee?
But isn't
you can give them that connection a whole lot cheaper? You know what I mean?
Isn't that radio's argument? It's timely. It's happening now. You can't get the weather from an app. You can't.
It was.
You know what I mean?
When all this like shit started like coming up and like all these music apps and playlists and podcasts and Sirius XM started it off with all that shit.
Right.
That was their mantra was, well, we're local.
Live
and
local.
Well, that you're not even live and local, and these small markets aren't even live and local.
Well,
you could have some recorded newscasts at 5 p.m., but if your shit's like automated all day, you're not live and fucking local. I don't give a fuck.
The point's adding that into their
well, they're attacking iHeartMedia because that's their,
St. Louis is only live and local rock station.
I've heard iHeartMedia attack them too, where they're like, when you're sick of and it's like, not, because the point can lean heavy. It's like, here's a false to the people. It's like, ooh, ouch.
Oh, wow. Play me some shit that's not rock, please.
It's alternative. Listen, we've talked about this before.
Alternative is a huge net.
Listen.
And it was in the 90s.
This is iHeart Media, okay? This is iHeart Media. So I think I've told you this. The points music format reflects alternative for St. Louis. iHeart Media reflects alternative nationally. And they don't give a fuck what the market wants. They give you the national, what checks the boxes nationally, and that's what it's going to be. It usually does well because it's nationally well.
They play some older stuff, though.
The point's more of like we kind of program. They program to their like got P1s, P2s, and P3s. P1s are like people who listen all the time. P2s are like, yeah, I'll check you out every once in a while. P3s like a randomly listened. They program for their diehard people. They play like the obscure shit that like, oh, I haven't heard this in 20 years. Like, I appreciate that. iHeart Media, you're going to get their fucking playlist that was approved by the corporate overlords. Mm-hmm. I don't know how Hubbard's run that, who owns the point, but Emmis, who owned them prior, I think was more freer and looser and shit. And I don't know, man. It just seemed like with music back in the day, you broke artists, like you broke them. Like I mean that in a good way. Like, check out this new band. Like, you don't do that anymore. It's got to be like approved and been like so many hands have to be shaken and palms greased before it even makes its way on the airwaves. It's ridiculous.
Quote unquote, discovered a new band strictly from a song on the radio.
Who?
I heard the song. Like, this is a really good song. On the first listen, it was one of those like, who is this? Got on my phone. I don't Shazam, so I like go to the Point website and see what's playing. Found out the band's name, researched their stuff because they're not new. I mean, they're new to the scene, but they have like 2 or 3 albums. Really enjoy their music.
Who are they?
They're called White Reaper.
Okay.
They have like a classic, not classic rock, almost like the Strokes mixed with, not Bowie, like the Strokes mixed with like an 80s pop band.
I'll be honest with you, that's happened to me many times where I'll hear a song randomly, and it won't be the first time. It'll be like the second time I hear it. I'll be like, oh, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It does still work. It still does happen.
And I enjoyed that experience.
I enjoy the experience too. It used to happen all the time, but now it's like, it's few and far between. I already know what it is before I hear it.
But that is the good thing, and we've talked about this before, of the gatekeepers, because I haven't discovered anybody new just being on the internet. Just,
because you know what you like.
Well, yeah, or you don't have like either that. There's just so much. I mean, I guess Spotify, if I wanted to, I could listen to new music, but I don't. But this was on the radio at the time I was listening, and I go, man, this is a really good song.
That's why most bands and musicians still want to be on the radio, because it's still killer promotion. It's still for your music. It's still killer promotion versus, oh, I just want to be on the internet. Like, no, don't be an idiot. Mm-hmm. Don't be an idiot. Not maybe in 10 years, maybe you could take that back, but you definitely want to be on the radio this day and age. It's just promotion. It's you want to get your shit out there. You want to get your shit heard. It's just the people who host that shit don't matter anymore. It sucks.
They should. Here's what they should do. I'll solve the problem right now. These big stations. You want people, or people want people.
I don't know if that's what they want.
You sign your on-air people.
We don't know that
to like a 5-year term.
Never.
And you hire young people like straight out of school.
Never.
What do you mean never?
They would never sign someone to a 5-year deal out of school.
Whatever. 2 years.
They would sign you, and
My point is, hire them young. And like they know they're out the door when they get too old, or if they have their years in, I should say, not too old, but you know what I'm saying. Contracts.
Oh yeah, they have contracts.
Do that? Well, I'm talking like just like the Joe Schmo works from like 10 to midnight.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Have you 10 to midnights? I guess you're right because
Rizzuto like has a contract.
Yeah.
Woody has a contract, but yeah, you sign some Joe Schmo to like a 5-year deal, and they suck. Like, you got to pay them out of their contract.
To get paid. They should all be unpaid interns at first. And then if you like them, yeah, they're good. Let's give them a 2-year deal.
It's going to be some kid just pushing buttons.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. And he's going to get probably like $10 an hour.
If that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever minimum wage is.
Which would be 20.
Not if Trump's still running the show.
Mr. Trump says, you put your ass to work. I know what Trump thinks about radio.
I will know in a couple weeks if I can't.
What? Just cut it out if you have to.
In a couple weeks, I know who I'm voting for.
Really?
Depending on how my taxes go.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Anyway. Got anything else?
The Outsider on HBO. I watched the episode last night. It's good.
Is it good?
Jason Bateman, classic Bateman. Mr. Ozark.
It looks really, really, really good.
So, it's like kind of like it's got that True Detective
True
vibe.
Detective, that's kind of the vibe I got.
Is it Stephen King?
I don't know. I think so. I think it is.
His name's on it for some reason. I thought. I recommend that. That's like my pick of the week. I've been watching. Oz, man. Ugh. It's a rough show.
How many seasons is that?
I'm on like 4, so I think there's a few more. And that was the thing. It was just like one of those weekends where it's like, how about season 4? Like normally it's like, oh, that's the season finale. Like I just kept going. Yeah. Like some, if you want to scare people straight and deter crime, make them watch that series.
All right,
it's fucking terrifying, and I really hope prisons aren't all like that because, it's just like hell on earth. That's all I can describe it. It's hell on earth. So, I'm not going to break the law, hopefully. And then with weed being illegal, it shouldn't be a problem, hopefully.
All right. I don't think I'm watching anything new. I'm trying to finish Mr. Robot so I can move on.
Move on with your life.
I'm still watching that.
I'm watching Ray Donovan still. Like
is it season over yet? How caught up are you?
I'm making my way through the second season. My mom's watching it currently.
I need to watch.
She's a new episode last night. She's probably watching upstairs right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell her. I told her not in front of me because I'm trying to watch it.
Yeah.
Now.
See, with Outsider, I wanted to wait a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's good.
I like the binge.
I give it a seal of approval.
Ozark's coming out in a couple months too.
Classic Bateman, man. Bateman's fucking rocking that shit. Yeah.
Is he the same character? Like, hey, I don't know what's that.
Dude, he plays the same character. He's like, what's going on? Like, why are you arresting me? Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell?
That's what Ozark was at the very beginning.
Yeah, he's just a different kind of, he's allegedly a different kind of criminal, which is kind of a mindfuck already. I was like, what's going on?
Huh. Interesting.
What are you like, what are you listening to? Anything? I'm listening to the new Bring Me the Horizon album. It's a bunch of like guest spots. It's really like techno and not techno, EDM, alternative. If you're like an original fan, you gotta fucking hate them right now because they're like hardcore screamo kind of. Maybe screamo is not the word, but
this is how deep I am. I'm listening to official and unofficial soundtracks and score to Mr. Robot.
I'll match you and I'll raise you that I've been listening to the official soundtrack to The Watchmen.
Yes,
by Trent Reznor.
It's kind of the same.
Oh, I put it on YouTube, man. Like, dude, it's so good.
It's the same type of music. It's like just that. I don't know what you call it.
Did he do Mr. Robot, Trent Atticus?
No, it's a guy named Mac Quayle.
Whoa, a name like that, you know, he does a good soundtrack.
It's almost okay. So in my Spotify algorithm, so it's playing stuff that's like that. So have you ever so Tron, the new movie? It's like Daft Punk did a track for Tron.
Of course
and it's almost like identical.
Really?
Like, it's almost like Matt Quill almost ripped him off, but it's still so good. It's like kind of like computer digital, but like ethereal. And then intense at sometimes and quiet sometimes and pretty and sometimes and it has a really, really good soundtrack. It has a lot of good like 80s and 90s really rare songs.
Really?
That are like fit well with the show. So that's kind of how deep and YouTube makes that. Like here's 50 songs that are not on the soundtrack but are in the show.
Yeah. That's what I love YouTube.
I know.
I hope it never gets regulated.
Oh, it's on its way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
It'll be YouTube free and then they tried that though. They tried YouTube Plus or YouTube whatever and
there's YouTube TV.
No, but they try like YouTube.
Oh, they still do. Every time I go on, they ask me to like upgrade. I think I don't even look at it. I just go no.
So what happens when they said anytime you go to YouTube, you got to upgrade?
We'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Type in someone else's credit card number.
Yeah,
allegedly.
That's all. Other than that,
YouTube is public access pretty much. For,
yeah, kind of.
And MTV as well.
Yep. All right.
You can watch this, or not watch this, but listen to this on YouTube, right? Our YouTube channel. This podcast,
yes.
right?
And I got secret cameras hidden around. Like security type camera footage that will be uploaded to our YouTube account.
Oh, like a live stream of us sitting here talking, so everyone can like watch us in their cars while they drive. Yeah, because you want to see the gang having fun.
But it's going to be like security footage, like with a time code. It's going to be black and white.
You know,
it's going to be like way the fuck over there, so you can't even see us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Did I tell you I'm an actor? I'm featured in a lot of things like the 7-Eleven security footage and. Yeah, you know, I would let me know next time you have cameras up because you might want to like erase some of those tapes.
I only put them up when I come in the house. I put like the studio. We're in a studio.
The studio that I own. That's not a shed in my backyard that someone made meth in.
But got a discounted rate.
Yeah, so download us and where else? Twitter, Facebook, all that shit.
A Happy Medium Pod.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, that's it for me, man.
Shout out to Australia. We know your country's burning, and we're really sorry about that. But when your world around you is burning, that means you have time to listen to A Happy Medium. We got a couple listens to the people out in Australia.
We got a bunch of listens out of Australia, and I just want to say that I want to come visit. We'll do like a live show in one of your Australian pubs where you fight all the time, and I want to get in a kangaroo pouch. Thank you.
All right. Well, until next time, go Bernie.
Dude, you got mad when I was talking about Bernie, didn't you?
Me?
Yeah, you love Bernie.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No.
I said he got kicked out of the commune because he wouldn't do his chores.
I got mad?
No, I'm just joking.
No.
You like Bernie, though, don't you?
I know. No, I'm not.
You would vote for Bernie, wouldn't you?
I'm not a Bernie bro.
You're not a Bernie boy?
Bro. Bernie bro.
Is that what they're called? I thought they were
Bernie bros.
Sounds cool.
Or maybe it is boy. I don't know.
No, I'm a Bernie boy. Bernie boy. So that's sexist then. Because what if you're a Bernie female? Or a Bernie they? You know what I mean? Bernie,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm not anybody.
I believe in nothing, Lebowski. I believe in nothing.
to quote the great Neil Peart, my mind is not for rent to any god or government.
Bam!
That'll do it.